And 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to All I Do Is Fail. I am your host, Tom Elwes. I'm joined today, as ever, by my co-host back in the studio, Mr. Ali Woods.
Woo woo! Yeah. You happy to be back in the studio? Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you're having a good week wherever you are. We really appreciate listening. And we've been told, because we've got a producer back in the studio, that we should promote our Patreon at the top now. If you want an extra episode every week, patreon.com/AIDIFPod, $5 a month. Less than £1 a week. We'll get you an extra episode every week. Now that's out of the way, that's the end of the podcast. Bye.
It's just a bit of promo, guys. That's what we wanted to do.
Tom, how are you feeling being back?
I'm good. Studio? You know what, Ali? I'm back in the studio. I'm back having pints on the road, in the cold.
On your own, pints on the road.
Yeah. You know, but it makes a change because now there are others around me, and that's the real important thing here, guys.
Pints on the Road sounds like a sort of naughty sitcom in the style
Pints on the road,
of a packet.
On the road.
Two pints of lager and a packet of crisps. Like, pints on the road, pints on the road, and it's like every time, like, fucking hell, love, and that's like, and then like there's a big studio laugh.
Yeah. Jason opens the door and everyone's like, woo!
Yeah.
How we'll do it, how we'll do it.
Exactly, like, and do you remember before Netflix and everything was so shiny? Yeah. There used to be like the sexy guy was like not very good looking, but he was just like the younger one who was just like 22 when all the other actors were like 33. And he'd come in with like a shite gelled front haircut and then be like, oh, cracking hell, you know, Stephen's looking rat fan tonight.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, if you want to watch our Northern sitcom, Pints on the Road, it will be released next week, so hopefully. Right, guys.
But we're gonna introduce. We've got a third person in the studio, being back in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, failers and everything in between. The failers who listen to this will know him well as famously cut from the podcast due to popular demand. but
he's doing an outstanding court case.
Exactly. Yeah, due to those outstanding allegations, but. Innocent until proven guilty. No. Free Mooch. Producer Mooch is back in the studio. Mooch,
how are you guys?
Oh, well, we're all right. Not too bad. It's good to be back here. Thank you very much for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm splendid. I'm a bit upset that we're not able to do the comedy, but the podcasts are able to roll through. Yeah. So if anyone would like to hire the podcast studio,
this is what Mooch is like. Bit of shame there's going to be no comedy happening here. Anyway, do your, was it a funny podcast?
What?
Whatever it's supposed to be. Oh, it's a comedy one. Oh, you don't make any jokes. It is weird. But yeah, obviously, Vauxhall Comedy Club will be back in a big way. It was supposed to be back this week, but the powers that be say
no.
Ali Woods, basically, if Ali Woods hadn't forwarded me on the LCA email, I would still be running comedy here and it would probably be absolutely fine. So if any comedy fans, in fact, the comedy community, please direct your hate towards Mr. Alistair Woods.
That's why he's wearing this little number. He's actually in comedy prison right now.
I welcome it. I need some new haters because too many of them have become my fans. So let's get some haters in. If that doesn't generate some hate, then what will? So that is by all means haters. But then on the other flip side, if I didn't forward you that, they came and shut things down, where would we be as well?
Well,
also, if you don't know, the LCA is the League of Comedy Adversaries.
League of Comedy Gentlemen Association.
Yeah. It's called the Legendary Comedy Agents.
And they meet in a sort of underground comedy bunker, and have a little.
They're very on it people who are sort of the union of comedians now. And they've been trying to help people.
I do hope, like, the main thing that everyone wants out of the Union of Comedy is for comedians to get paid more. I really feel like that's...
I don't feel like that is the main thing.
The reality, that's ideally what 99% of people would like to happen, but I don't think any of that will happen ever.
I feel like it was started so that people in comedy could try and get paid through some sort of union for doing your job. It sort of generated employment through being head of whatever it is. Head of representation of people not from Earth. That's one of the departments. But I quite like that.
I would like there to be union comedy inspectors to go around different comedy nights in pubs and stuff with a sort of like badge and be like, make sure everything's up to standard, like tap mics and be like, okay, this is regulation. It's regulation.
Watch someone die and be like, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that sort of comedy, that side of comedy, just the logistic stuff. If you had to be in the League of Extraordinary Comedians,
My power would be
gravitational pull from the head.
or more sort of dissecting kind of offensive comments and stuff, and determining whether things were offensive or not.
Historic cancelling. That is.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be the woke police.
Yeah, the woke police, or the historic. Yeah, looking back at past cancels to see if they really were cancel worthy.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be good. Going
An
through
appeal process.
Yeah, a board. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd be more catching people, like sort of new
cancel
tricks.
catcher.
Yeah, so like Doctor Who, like going back in time. We're gonna catch this comedian saying something in 1993 and ruin the career.
Bring up the archive footage. Do it all from my bedroom or my
Maybe.
laptop. Could be good.
Well, look, I don't know. I'd be head of diversity.
Yeah. For other whites, you're gonna segregate the whites into whites and really white. The whites more white. Yeah.
Redheads are a minority,
We are,
and they're a dying breed. Aren't
Exactly.
I'm not joking.
Yeah. He's cancelling people for whiting up. Like, he's getting mad at people, and he's like, actually, this is real cultural appropriation.
they? You can't dye your hair that color.
Yeah, it's incredibly racist.
You know what's bad? You guys wouldn't have experienced this because you're not ginger. But when
I'm ginger.
Yeah, but
Mooch,
you've got
come
enough hair all over your body that it's all sorts of colours, mate. You find it wherever. Yeah, but if you're ginger in the head and the beard, getting rejected by another ginger is a really harrowing experience. Because you're like, bruv, we're dying out. You can't be. This is against our kind. Like, if you're,
maybe don't call him bruv.
Yeah, but that is a genuine problem.
He was a lovely man, mate. That's not going on.
Yeah, no, but that is a genuine problem I've had with girls I've dated and ex-girlfriends, that I call them bruv and man just because it's my vernacular, and they do not like that.
Bruv, you want to go on a date? Yeah?
Literally, I'm like, you're so beautiful, bruv. They don't like it. I'm like, bruv, what do you want to do for lunch? And they're like, don't call me bruv.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get over it, man. It's not a big deal. Don't call me man. What? Why is it such a big deal? Anyway, but enough of that.
Going down the aisle, like, yes, bruv, I will marry you.
Bruv, you are the sexiest woman I've ever seen in my life, man.
Bruv. I will.
Yeah, true enough, though. They don't like it. They want to be made to feel prettier than that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, some exciting things have happened this week. We have Freedom Day has arrived. We all hit the pubs. Well, I say the pubs. I say outside of the pub.
On the coldest April there's ever been in my life.
Yeah.
I've never seen a colder April. I don't know what's happened, but everyone's outside.
Freezing rain, lashing down. We've sat through it all, but we made it, and being the true Brits that we are, our alcoholism isn't gonna. We're gonna push through the weather and keep trucking along. So this is how it's gonna be for the next few weeks. How are we feeling about it, Ali?
Well, I mean, I'm loyal to Vauxhall Comedy. First bar I went to was this very bar. Only because I got a free drink, but that was why.
Sounds about right. For you.
That was it. But then I did have more drinks and sat here, and it was a lovely experience being back amongst people. Unfortunately, Chelsea was on the screen. Bit of football banter, but there's it's been nice, and I had a pint standing in Shoreditch yesterday as well, and went to a restaurant on Wednesday. I've been pretty.
You went to a restaurant.
I went to.
How was that experience?
Tonkotsu.
Okay. How was that experience eating outside? Was it cold?
It was fucking cold, man.
Yeah.
It was fucking cold.
I feel like my food would get pretty cold as well.
So we got ramen, right? And ramen's like a hot soup noodle thing, yeah?
I know what ramen is.
Yeah, but I assume you're usually sort of a Tesco meal deal sort of guy. Like, why go out when we can literally, like, get food here so easily? Like, it's like, I've got a pizza in the freezer. Like,
it all comes with a Lucas.
Exactly, yeah. So ramen's like a sort of soup noodle, Tom. But when it's coming out, it comes steaming. You see it steaming, and then by the time it gets to your table, it's stopped, and it's just like a lukewarm
ice lolly.
Yeah. It becomes gazpacho.
Yeah. Okay. That's pork rind soup, cold gazpacho.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, it's frozen pork, but but it was super nice to be out and about, even despite at least it's not rained.
Okay. And who was that? Did you go on a date? Was this a date?
No dates.
No dates.
So first one.
This is an appeal, ladies and gentlemen. Just throwing that
out. I get offers. I get offers. Don't worry about that. There are offers, but I'm not a big fan of meeting strangers online.
I would like to interject here. Ali is such a lovely guy. An ex of mine wanted to set Ali up with one of her friends, and Ali was agreed to the blind date just out of pure kindness on its own.
But yeah,
And he's desperate and he's not getting any dates.
Yeah.
That's 100% why. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Let's not pretend like it was just like, he was like, oh, what's she like? Please tell me. Show me photos. Oh.
I have gone on blind dates before when it's been legit blind and someone's just been like, I think you get on. I'm like, yeah, fucking fair fucks, why not? But yeah, I was wiping the tears from my eyes as I was messaging back Mooch.
Been like,
I can't live. And I was turning that down. Living is without you. So, well, I mean, yeah, that's one instance, but yeah, none of these were dates. Tuesday, I was meeting up with an old friend, and then Mooch sat a Chelsea YouTuber next to us.
Yeah, I was a bit busy. I was supposed to watch the game with a friend of mine, but was just so hectic with stuff. I ended up just plonking my mate next to Ali and some mate of yours.
Yeah, friend. Yeah, my friend who she's Brazilian, right? No interest in football, even
Okay.
though she's Brazilian. But it was one of those where it was like, David Luiz, like, do you both know? Because he's like Chelsea Brazilian, being like, you guys know about that?
You know,
like, that's a common ground. That's common ground. Thiago Silva, yes. So Tuesday, Wednesday, went for dinner with fellow comedian and doing very well on Instagram, Instagram. You've heard of Instagram? Very popular amongst my children. I don't know who that is, but it's Tati McLeod.
yes.
So I went for dinner with her to talk about potential collaboration, exclusive. Watch this space. Speaking of collaboration, I also got tickets to my online show happening 29th of April. Tom Elwes himself will be there. We can officially announce he'll be there asking questions. Mostly, why am I doing this, and do I get paid?
Exactly.
But he will be
The
there.
paying question is the main one. I'll be asking.
yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
Get your drink at some point.
Yeah.
But so you get tickets for that. And then yesterday, played football down at Power League, and we won. And I legit scored like 5 or 6 goals. And then we went for a pint afterwards.
That's what you are saying. Yeah, that is what you are saying.
We won 10-6.
Yeah.
We throw leads away because we're not very good. Like we don't have very many
I
people
believe
score
that.
goals.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Well,
And so we went up 7-1, and then we were like, we can't sit back. We got to keep scoring. Because I can't believe we scored. And then it went to 7-5 because we just capitulated. But then we stayed through.
Proud on.
But yeah, it was good. It was one of those where we feel like the earlier the other team turn up, the worse they're going to be, because like us, their main strengths are being punctual and organised.
Okay.
We got there, the other team hadn't turned up, and we were like, oh, maybe it's going to be a bye. But then obviously the ballers come in, right?
Yeah.
They rock up. They've all got like Nike Tech ID, socks up. Like they've all got, and they're just pinging it about between them and banging it. And we were like, we are fucked.
It's not going well here.
But then they didn't want to defend, so we just was able to just sit back in a 5-a-side game and then count it. Anyway,
yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my
what
week,
you been doing?
a bit, well, less eventful, but I've entered into the debate for the London mayor. I posted a sketch. All of the listeners here will have seen it because you all follow me on TikTok.
They probably do. They probably do. And well, they should, because it's popping.
Yeah, so I about the London mayor race and entered it into the debate that is currently, and I should say debate war that is going on between YouTuber Max Fosh and Lawrence Fox.
But do you want to explain how you got into this debate? Because you did your
a sketch
character, which, as people know, is Tom.
Yeah. So I did a sketch pretending to be a posh guy whose dad wants him to get a real job. Again, this is pretty similar to my life, but unfortunately,
lucky you were filming when you were that cool with your
exactly.
dad.
The sketch was that my dad wants me to get a real job, and the job I've chosen to do is to become mayor of London. Ha ha ha. All right, so this sparked debate amongst kids, and they all started tagging Max Fosh and Lawrence Fox in the comment section. I've now opened my eyes to this debate that is actually going on. It's quite interesting for a few reasons. One, because Max Fosh has more YouTube followers in a political race that is basically going on all online this year, because there's no one else has like any other means of campaigning, because you can't really do it in traditional ways. No. Or like if you drive your bus.
If someone posts me their candidacy, I don't vote for them.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube is basically the battleground on Facebook ads right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I was just saying there's several YouTubers out there. There's also Nico Omalana.
That's
Okay.
the other guy.
Then there's London Real, aka Brian Rose.
Okay. Do you know any of their sort of campaign policies or anything? What's going on there?
Brian Rose wants to have a Festival of London, a 30-day festival where everyone, like 16 million people, come to London.
Wow. Okay.
Have you got any spots?
Yeah.
He's a YouTuber who has all these entrepreneur sort of.
So he's a sort of a Bitcoin maverick.
So it's kind of like, buy my course and I will teach you business revelations.
Guys, do you want to be working from Bali on a beach with a laptop?
Yeah,
Because that
I do.
is what I can give you.
I do.
Yeah,
Do you know how?
Give you that.
For £2,000,
For £2,000, I will tell you how to invest in Dodgebit, whatever the fuck coin you're into.
As
Ethereum.
long as it can pay for the sun cream budget on that trip to Bali. But then,
You're more like a how can I work from a sort of cramped dark room in Skegness, which is
But Brian
actually
Rose,
amazingly achievable for you.
Brian Rose is
kids.
second in the odds in the bookies' favourites.
No, who's first? Sadiq Khan.
Sadiq Khan, but Brian Rose is second because he's manipulated the.
With his fucking trickery.
He allegedly has bet, and he admitted in I think a Telegraph or Sunday Times article that he has put money on himself, but not enough to manipulate the market.
Swing the market. Okay, interesting. Look, I realistically, I think Sadiq Khan is almost certainly going to win again because the Tory candidate they don't give a shit about, and I don't think I don't think London is ready. There's too many old people still left in London for us to nominate a YouTuber.
As I said to you before, bruv, all these people that are watching these YouTubers and going like, this is so jokes, oh my god, they will win, are the same people who didn't vote Remain in the EU referendum because it was raining. They won't be asked. They won't go and do it. They'll be like, wait, what do I click? And it's like, no, you have to go to a voting booth.
Oh, no,
that's dead, man.
Do you have to go to a voting booth because surely it's in
I think you can do it via mail now.
So this is the
but
thing.
mail though, you have to. I don't.
Yeah, mail's quite got. You have to like fill out boxes. You got to mail it back.
Be like, try to explain to an 18 or 19-year-old what post is.
It's like, bruv, nah. But
I always thought them red boxes were for like, I don't know, like just for like ket or something.
If you could do it on a comment section on YouTube, that would be ideal. Just like I vote for Max.
Yeah, exactly.
TikTok poll for mayor.
100%.
Yeah.
And then the mayor would be Boaty McBoatface. That would be the mayor.
Or Chelsea Hart.
Or Chelsea Hart.
I think Chelsea Hart would be a great mayor.
She's well, I mean, I don't know if she wants to be in London.
Yeah, I don't. Do you
if
have
you
to
don't know
be,
Chelsea
here's
Hart,
the question:
she's
do you have
comedian,
to be
She's a comedian who used to be in the London circuit, who now is huge on TikTok.
But she's
Huge.
American. Do you have to be British to be the mayor of London?
No, Brian Rose is
Well, have
an
you
American.
not seen who's been on, man?
Oh,
Fucking hell. I mean,
whoa.
be like that woman who phoned in David Lammy.
Yeah.
Well, you're not British, are you? You're black.
Yeah, you're from another.
You're not British.
No, she said you can't
must
be
have-
English. You can be British and not.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Get your
I don't know how
racist
that makes
facts
sense.
right.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like, do you have to be a British citizen?
You must have to be.
a British citizen, not just like
You can't just have like, because like if that's the thing, if Elon Musk or someone with like partisan would turn up and just be like, I'm going to be mayor of London, I'm going to sort this out.
Lol.
I feel like loads of people might vote for him and he might win it, but I think he wouldn't be allowed to.
Yeah, I would like to see what would a YouTuber. The issue is with the YouTuber, like how half-arsing it would he? You know,
No, but the videos would be sick, mate. How dead are like the political videos where they rock up to a podium and there's British.
I want my London mayor to be in the mayoral office, you know, by the South Bank, right? And then he's just you know in his thing first video just doing a bit of a TikTok dance, you know?
Yeah. Just work it
All
out.
CCTV will be linked up to TikTok.
Yeah,
Mate, it's all content, man.
Yeah.
And they'll have like their first video will be like, I tried to solve the homelessness problem. And it'll be like that'll be like the thumbnail and like with a homeless guy and then
We strapped a GoPro to.
exactly.
to a homeless man.
Yeah.
See what he did for a day.
And there'll be content. They'll get like 8 million views. And that's what it will be if we elect
London YouTube.
London YouTube,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It'll be.
So the other person running is Lawrence Fox. I'm not entirely sure what his policies are. I'm sure
Let's slag off Lawrence Fox because people view our video if you slag off Lawrence Fox. If we slag off Lawrence Fox, the video ratings go up. No one likes it. Everyone hates it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Lawrence Fox and Lawrence Fox fans, fuck off. Fuck Fuck off, mate. Yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this.
I do think the more radical your policies at this point, the more likely I'm going to run and just be like, yeah, my plan is to sort of raise crime to bring housing prices down. That's, just insane policies. It's just like people are like, it works perfectly.
Oh, the New York model.
Yeah, there's people who are just like, I see what he's going for there. Actually, I think it's sort of
Make crime a job.
Yeah.
The
Make
employment
crime
rate
great
goes
again.
Goes really high.
Let's get drug dealing way up, okay? 'Cause
Yeah.
we're going to bring down those
Drug
housing-
dealers have suffered a lot during the pandemic. I think you'll find that they're the ones who are risking their lives going out on the street, delivering you whatever narcotics.
I
Exactly.
got a
Can't
text
even
from
say it anymore.
I got a text from a drug dealer, and I don't even know how he got my number, but it was really nice.
You
I
texted
told
him back
him
being
not-
like, stay away, stay away.
I reported you to the authorities.
I've called the police.
But he checked in on me more than a lot of my friends did.
Yeah.
And then he also said, like, do you want some stuff?
Yeah.
I've got one. Hi guys, hope everyone's doing well. Yay, finally we started easing the lockdown and want to let you know that we're extending our working hours. Great wine, any three for 150. Wow.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, that is a...
Cheers, Andy.
Cheers, Andy.
That's Andy, yeah.
That's Andy. Let me see if
Sounds
I
like a
can
pretty down
find...
to earth guy.
what-
I've got Wayne, who's just Wayne. Major announcement starting from right now. The new menu is as follows. Mandy 40. Oh, shall I really be reading this?
Just some publication. That's our new sponsor. Our new sponsor is...
Oh, he's got Manic Monday. I'm pleased to announce Manic Monday is back in full effect. T's and C's apply. Everyone drop me a postcode anywhere in London and I'll send you a driver with a freebie. Yours truly, Wayne.
Oh,
You know what? It's like the organisation amongst drug dealers now is absolutely hectic.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a full business. They got employees and sub-employees. Like, they get pension plan. It's good going.
I got this one. Evening, guys. Apologies for absence. 24/7 delivery on all Snow, K&M, Danny Snow.
And Viagra just for you.
Please.
Andy.
I mean, that's nominative determinism. If your name is Danny Snow, you're going to have to become a drug dealer, aren't you?
Please be safe.
I don't know if that's his real name. I don't-
No, it's not. I thought...
Oh, it is. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Dragon
Say a
My
drug
name is
dealer regard
Tim
as pseudo.
Ecstasy. Is that, I was actually born that way.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, so his name is Danny Snow. I thought Danny Snow was a drug.
Oh, grow up.
I'm not even joking. Because it doesn't end there. It says, please be safe during COVID. So I was like, oh.
During.
Yeah, it says it twice. Snow, K&M, Danny Snow. I thought Danny Snow was like a type of... No? Am I
Anyway,
getting that wrong?
back to Lawrence Fox is that he's running, but as I understand it, most of his campaign is about freeing London and being anti-lockdown. But I feel like by the time he actually becomes into power, the government are projecting for us to be fully out of lockdown. So then what's up?
He took a picture of himself at an outdoor pub having pints and said, freedom, stick that up, government.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, but you're allowed to now.
Yeah, government said
It
you
was on
could.
Monday and everyone was like, yeah, that's the law. The law's fine.
You're sticking it to the man who said you could definitely do this.
Yeah, I to be honest, I don't want to give much more airtime to Mr. Fox because it's all just contrarian bullshit that obviously picks up a lot of traction because people want change, but you don't tie it to any particular policy. So you're just like, we need change. Let's get back to when things were good, the whole Trump platform. And everyone's like, yeah, I do feel unfulfilled. I do feel like things aren't that good anymore. And then they all go and follow this person, and they're right too. But
So
we
for
don't
the
need to give them any
algorithm,
more
we're backing
airtime.
Max Fosh. That's
I'm backing my guy Sadiq Khan. That is who I'm backing.
But
Sadiq
also
Khan.
Max
He's not
Fosh for the
perfect,
YouTube
but
algorithm. So
he's done
that's
it right.
either or.
Well,
Nico
I
Milano
think-
has more followers, so maybe.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Nico
let's
Milano,
bring
Max
that
Fosh.
guy then. Where's
Yeah,
that guy?
whoever's got the most followers, we're in.
I think I've said his name right. I hope I haven't
Yeah,
ballsed it up.
100%.
We'll see. So if you were running, Tom, then what would be your policy? What would be a main policy? for
Just
London?
like pub gardens would never close. Make
Pub-
all pubs like the Ship in Wandsworth, I would say, because it's just like the best pub.
Is it good? The ship in Wandsworth. I've never been.
Mate, you absolutely.
You haven't been to the ship in Wandsworth. What?
Mates, have you heard the playlist? I'm talking Mumford & Sons. Come on, Eileen. Just absolute fucking bangers every time.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
I'm trying to think what mine would be. I like to. London's one of those places where it has the fame of being like a all-night city, but it's really not. I want pubs and bars to be open late.
Like never close.
Yeah.
Just literally never close. Just like
the best place for that is
You're gonna tell me there's this brothel in Soho, and if you go there,
You go to Hippodrome Casino.
yeah, that's
yeah.
what I was going to say. The Trocadero or the Hippodrome.
That place is depressing, man.
That's the
I've
problem.
been in there late, and I once was in there, and I just saw a guy shaving in the toilet because he'd been there for so long, and I was just like, nah, this
Jesus,
is
yeah.
depressing.
Fucking hell.
Time does
the
stand
problem is-
still.
Yeah, they've got no windows.
Just grab a drink, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Grab a drink and don't be boring. And yeah, it was me shaving in there. So fuck off.
Yeah. And I was showering.
Yeah, okay. You loser.
Never seen a man shower after losing
Yeah.
all the roulette.
If I want to wash my balls once a week in the sink, I will wash my balls.
Sake, grow up.
Yeah.
Right, we got a couple other quick news stories, shall we?
Okay.
So let's go for we'll do David Cameron quickly first because and then we'll go into Caterpillar Wars.
Oh yeah. Caterpillar Wars is good.
But yeah, well, what the news is, as it has been for years, is that government is corrupt and. What exactly? Shock. I'm not quite sure on the details of this, but Greensill, which is a consultancy firm, was basically given able to lobby for certain changes to government policy directly to Cameron, and it was Sunak's involved in Greensill as well. So basically, they're just making laws based off of industry, and it's not how the process is supposed to go, and it's supposed to be a big deal. But I'll tell you what they've done though. They've launched an inquiry into it, and so that'll clear things up as the inquiry.
I'm pretty sure when they come back, there'll be zero.
Found that it was all
Nilpa.
above board, and you know it might have looked dodgy, might have looked a
They actually
problematic.
found no signs of dodginess.
They
so
actually found that it was all
Nilpa,
right.
guys,
It was
Nilpa.
all fine.
And we're not racist.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Who are we gonna? And you know, probably David Cameron's probably heading up the inquiry. They're like, who's better to find out if the guy who was there the whole time?
He knows. He just
It's
knows.
like- no, it's actually being headed up by Ed Pickles.
Balls.
But who has it? But I mean, they're two great names there. Yeah, I mean, it's another sad story of how government's corrupt. And look, man, like the Tories are fucking crooks, but it's not just them. There's loads of
Just Labour do it as
politicians
well. Everyone fucking does
out
it.
there.
Everyone
yeah,
fucking does it.
yeah, who are doing it. But yeah, so if you think any of these guys are genuine nice guys who have your interests at heart, then no. It's like Boris Johnson got done. He paid 100 grand of taxpayers' money to that girl to not tell anyone that she sucks him off, like for a super injunction. But like
That rough.
you are, yeah, it was that bad.
Yeah.
But that's
He read the report about what she was going to say about Elizabeth's penis. Was like, okay,
yeah,
fine.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
I'm
look,
doubling
whatever. Just shush. Go
But
on.
that's the thing, right?
You
know,
just know as well if it was him, and she was like, "Yes, penis was massive. It's absolutely huge." You'd be like, "Yeah, fair enough. If you want to release that, you
Yeah,
can."
yeah.
Yeah. No.
Look, free speech is
Yeah,
important in this
yeah,
country.
Here's my column.
You just
Yeah,
get-
exactly,
Yeah. Boris's Big Ben at
Boris
number
is-
10.
yeah,
Oh!
exactly, yeah, that's what it would be. That's what it would be. But yeah, so if you think that any of these dudes, you know, the greatest PR trick of sort of recent Tory stuff is everyone calling him Boris and like he's your mate. He ain't. None of these guys are. They're all at it, and I hope something changes soon. But it's proper corruption going on, and obviously it's not, you know, film corruption like in some other countries. Where it's proper,
There's no
properly
bag of
like-
cash or like guns held to your head.
or like
but-
people being silenced. You know,
Isn't it, Ali?
properly. Well, I mean, but
You
it is,
never know.
it's in the same spectrum. But you know, we've not had any billionaires go missing who
Just yet.
run the only opposition
Opposition.
newspaper of a country. That country could be anyone, by the way.
Anyone, any
not-
country, and all
Not-
apps that
Who knows
countries
where
support
that's-
are fantastic and work
And
brilliant.
all their regimes at all hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and who knows where that's made in.
Yeah.
So that's happening. But yeah, so that's another thing that's happening. We'll see if the inquiry actually does anything, but I doubt it because these inquiries. The police one was like, nah, the police were fine at the Sarah Everard tribute, and then the racism one was, it turns out we're not racist at all. So
I think we need to get different people to do the inquiries. Like, surely we can a more independent
we should
body.
get someone like a
Get a
sort of-
YouTuber to do it.
Exactly.
That's what
Get
we
us.
want.
We'll do an inquiry.
I was
Oh.
thinking more like a sort of super nanny figure. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
took care of business.
Naughty
went
step
in.
Boris.
Whatever it
Straight
needs to
away.
be.
Naughty
It
step.
needs to be 15 minutes or less on a YouTube video because that's one of the problems with these inquiries.
Yeah.
They're just
Too long.
chapters. So who's
I
reading
want
that?
no. If anything, exactly. You should be making about a 10-minute long video, and that would be the inquiry
The
with sort of
1,000
like star wipes and like
Yeah,
bits coming in
yeah.
and out.
And
quick
then a
cuts.
60-second version for like the
Yeah,
kids.
for TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's it. This job's good.
Yeah, because when they say like the 783-page document is released, no one's watching.
Unless that's in size 72 font.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
One
Yeah.
word a page. Even that's a bit long. But yeah, So that's one news story that I want to mention. But the other news story
The
that
real
we also
shit.
have, it's big cake wars, guys. Great British Bake Off amongst
Cake Off.
the supermarkets. Yeah.
M&S are suing legal action for their Colin the Caterpillar to Aldi, who have ripped off their Colin the Caterpillar with what's he called?
Cuthbert the Caterpillar.
Cuthbert the Caterpillar. Now,
I like how theirs sounds more posh. That's
Yeah.
funny. M&S is like, Colin, that'll make us sound like Men of the People. And Audi are like, we'll call him Cuthbert. We'll call him Cuthbert because that is an English name, very prestigious.
it's interesting because it does provoke quite an interesting point that for a long time, both Aldi and Lidl have just been fully ripping off major brands.
How dare you? I've
Yeah.
had a bowl of wheat biscuits
Yeah.
every day.
I love my Nutella.
Yeah,
It's-
fucking- yeah. Hans ketchup.
Do you
It's
not,
wonderful.
Do you not use your Danky pack? Or such good Danky
Yum,
pack.
yum. I remember, you know what though? Speaking of wheat biscuits, I used to actually have wheat biscuits at uni, but then there was a even lesser brand which had no branding on it. White box with just black letters said wheat biscuits. And that was the knockoff Aldi Weetabix. And it
Such
was
a serum to fit your
grim.
character. Just a white box with nothing on.
That's how I like it. Clear.
That's literally
I'm
like, I'll be
Devoid of
having
fun.
plain
No lies.
white box.
It is what it says. What it is, you know. Cocoa Pops. Do you really pop?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. But yeah, so yeah, you're right though. This is intellectual property wars, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with supermarkets. Who are you backing?
Who am I backing? I think that they'll probably, because if they win this one, then it's going to be an absolute, open field for people suing for ripping off brands because those supermarkets are just full of it. But they are probably quite clever with the way that they do rip off brands, like major brands, and they change it just enough to the letter of the law. So unless the law changes, I can't actually see them win.
I mean, they did this already with a Brewdog beer, didn't they? And
Did they?
Brewdog made their own. They used this to their advantage and made an Aldi branded beer. Do you remember this?
No.
Okay.
So they made Aldi beer. Why not?
No, I'm more of a pina colada sort of guy,
Yeah.
Mooch, to be honest.
Yeah, Brewdog and Aldi had a bit of a tete-a-tete about this, and
Right.
it's a big. I mean, that's what I think this might actually be, is because if you go to Aldi or to Marks and Spencer's, I guarantee all the Colin and Cuthbert the Caterpillars will be completely sold.
Yeah, it's good for that. You know what as well? It's very Marks and Spencer's to me has always been an upper middle class woman. And that is the type of person who'd be like, you dare, I'll sue you. And now they're like, yeah, all right, love, all right.
Brewdog did an Ald IPA.
Ald
IPA.
Right.
After
But Marks and Spencers are the types who have actually gone through and done it. I've sued you now.
Yeah.
That's it. Whereas a lot of supermarkets, the Tesco's, the Sainsbury's, the Asda's, the Morrisons, they just can't be fucked. But Marks and Spencers, they're like, yeah, let's do it.
It's interesting though for M&S because all their food is their own branding as well.
Yeah,
but it's
fancy as
sort of
well.
like bit fancier, isn't it?
There's those chocolate roll things.
yeah.
Bucket.
Oh,
Um,
the bucket sweets are the best.
fellow comedian Helena Langdon has really done her insights, done her research on this, and she's gone and done a roundup of all the other supermarkets' versions of Colin the Caterpillar.
Oh, okay.
There's this one, which is, she just says the absolute state of this, which is just.
Can you hold it up to your camera? Can you switch to
I
your camera
can.
and then we can see?
That one? I'll send you some of these so
Cool.
you can
Okay.
add it in.
yeah.
And then there was
Oh, it looked all right.
a sausage dog one.
Ooh.
which
Oh,
is-
No
what's it
dog, I don't wanna
called?
eat a
What are they
dog.
called? What are
I'll
they
eat a caterpillar, but I ain't. eat a dog.
Waitrose do a Cecil,
Cecil
Oh
the
yeah, I've heard of
Caterpillar.
that one. Yeah.
and Frida the caterpillar cake from Asda looks like she's being
Jesus
Frida.
Christ.
Okay.
She looks like she's being held hostage.
Huh.
There's Colin the wedding cake.
Oh,
Ah.
I don't know how I'd feel about at your wedding. having
This one
Colin
looks
the
very
Caterpillar.
problematic, if I'm honest.
God, Christ, what the fuck is
What's
that?
That is attempting homemade Colin the caterpillars.
Okay.
Okay.
And she went through all of them, but it was
The wedding caterpillar cake. That's so good.
Yeah.
What's not so? But
Everyone
I'll
loves
spend
Colin
it all
the
on the stag do. Everyone loves Colin the Caterpillar.
That's literally
You only
like
had
saying,
20 quid left.
What's that TV show?
Leave
It's
it
like,
to the
don't tell
leave
the
it to
bride.
the groom,
Yeah,
but don't
it's
tell the
like,
bride.
yeah, we'll just get like 7 Colin the Caterpillars and make sort of
She
Colin
loves
pyramid.
She loves chocolate, so get a Colin Caterpillar. That's
Loves
20 quid done, and then we got 580 for the
Stag do.
extra for the stag.
Yeah, Vegas with the boys.
It
So-
amazes me who agrees to go on those TV.
Well, I think it's the point that I think there's a
They
little
get the
bit
money.
they get a little bit of publicity.
And
They're
they
like
get
they
the
want
money
to go on TV
to
show
have the
and
wedding.
they-
They have to
and
pay
they-
for it.
yeah, and
but
and they
but
pay for it.
surely the bride just goes, okay, look,
Yeah, but the producers fuck with them and they'll be like, you have to do something stupid.
Wait, what were you
Like,
gonna say? What were you gonna say? What do you think they say?
listen, Wayne,
Yeah.
because it's always a Wayne or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
I need you not to do
This is exactly.
Elvis this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Whatever
you
you
like
think-
Elvis.
Yeah.
Whatever you think would be a good idea,
Yeah.
do the exact opposite.
So if you're Wayne now and I'll be a producer and you'll be like,
Right.
I'll be like, so what are you gonna do for the wedding? And you'll be like, I don't know.
I don't know, mate. Well, she likes Disney, so I was thinking maybe do some like I don't know
So
Disney stuff.
Thought Park it is. Thought Park. We're gonna go
Oh,
Thought
I
Park.
love Fort Pop.
Yeah,
mate. Yeah.
So we're getting married
Yeah,
on
yeah.
stealth. That's it.
Yeah.
She'll never see it coming.
Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, let's sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably do. Right. Well, that is some news for you.
We are now going to move on to Agony Uncle, but not in a weird way.
in a
Ladies and
weird
gentlemen, Ali, who has written in this week? And
well, I'm
how
not
they
gonna
was?
I'm not gonna name names, but it is a nice saucy one this week.
Okay.
Very quick,
Ooh.
very brief.
Okay. hit me.
What would you do in this situation, Tom?
Okay,
This is the life mare that's going on in this person's situation.
We should have some music. Do, 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 do. We don't know. So
A cappella. So this person found my friend's boyfriend on Tinder
Oh.
with recent activity.
Oh, it's not good. Okay, this is what I would go, okay? First of all, you need to work out, is he using the same name as someone stolen his pictures? Okay, because you do not want to accuse anyone and the pictures have been stolen.
fuck boy response.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
what?
that's
Yeah,
very-
yeah.
Fuck
Just
boy.
hold
No.
out.
They stole my
hold
pictures.
out, mother-
It's verified.
I know
Wait,
someone that
beautiful,
legitimately...
beautiful.
I'm not winding you up. I know someone that
Let me
legitimately...
just tell you. Let me just tell you right now, beautiful. Like, firstly, you're beautiful. You don't say that, but
Bruv.
But secondly, bruv, you're. Firstly, I just want to say, like, it hurts me seeing you upset because that's not what I want. But I just want to say this, right? Are you sure someone hasn't stolen my photos and
Yeah,
used
okay.
my name?
First of all,
Just
like,
like
I
you
would
stole
never-
my heart.
I would never do. Yeah, exactly. I would never do that to you. Like, you know that, yeah.
this is what I'm saying. First of all, it's very, very, very unlikely, but make sure that that's not the case. And then, like 99.9% chance, obviously, this guy's just a fuckboy, okay? Then, okay, what I would do, I would message him, right?
Wait, but how are you finding
Build
out?
up some evidence against him.
But how are you finding out?
Look at Sister Tom here.
Yeah.
How are you finding out if it's a fake profile or not? You have. How you doing?
I would like message him and I'd ask some questions and be like, where do you live, where are you from and stuff. And if it all matches up to where this guy's
Oh,
from,
okay,
then it's
okay.
him, right?
But
If
then he's
if
not
it's-
gonna
if
match
it's like
the girl.
if it's like some guy's stolen photos and it's just like, send me pictures of your boobs, like it was probably a catfish or someone
Legend.
used the photos.
Oh, sorry. Wait. Yeah.
I think you need to go. How long is this?
Wait,
relation happened?
Tom hasn't finished.
Oh, yes.
Let's
Yeah,
do- so
this is how we're going.
a many stage.
This is how I break this down, Mitch.
Okay,
Okay, so
go for it.
I message him, build up some incriminating evidence, and make sure, like, because she's saying there's recent activity, you know, make sure it's not an old profile that's just deactive. Okay, so get him to message her back, have a bit of rapport with him, and then you'll know that he's, you know, actually committing crimes.
How are you matching with him? Because surely he knows that you're his girlfriend's friend.
I would then also make a fake profile for me.
Oh,
This is probably what he's doing.
This is what you know. What I'm saying.
This
He
is a
might have found
reverse
his
Uno
girlfriend.
situation where
Yeah.
he's done this to try and trick
Or
other.
get someone, and like, because you want to make sure that it's not just like how does she know there's been activity on it? Like, what's
I don't know. I haven't been on Tinder for ages, but maybe it says somewhere that you know that they're online or something. Or
I'm out the game. It's been a while.
I think you need to know how long they've been going out, because if it's a new relationship, that's not a
If
problem.
it's grey area, we've talked a lot about grey areas before, ladies and gentlemen.
But the terminology. Sorry, just have to adjust my penis. The terminology is that boyfriend, my friend's boyfriend. So they must be official.
yeah, that's official. That's official.
But yeah, they might have only been going out for a few months. But at least it's a
No. If you're saying boyfriend, if you have the chat, this is it. Like, this is with all relationships. If you have the chat and go, we're official, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, then you are a prick if you're doing anything like Tinder or seeing other people.
But
So what would you do, Mooch? What would you do?
I mean, sometimes you go on Tinder for a little bit of an ego boost. Let's be
Is that
honest.
right?
I do not, but that's mad that I would
Yeah,
not
sometimes you
condone that.
go on, you
Tom
get
goes
some
on Bumble.
swipes. Oh, I've made some matches, and then you can't be fucked to make up some cheesy chat, and you carry on with your life.
But this is when you're in a relationship, or is this when you're?
I have done it when I was in a relationship, but I've not. You never message. That's cheating. But
Sort of
just-
like-
That's a real razor sharp line. Then I don't think people would agree with. That is-
many have argued that I'm massively in the wrong.
yeah, I would be in that camp.
It's like flirting in a bar or something with someone, but not doing anything. I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But I've not done that either.
Yeah.
When I'm in a relationship, I'm pious.
You've never been in a relationship, so you have no idea.
Excuse me.
You've never had a relationship.
Excuse me. Year 4, big.
You
one.
Yeah.
white Weetabix.
Yeah.
Wheat biscuits.
Wheat biscuit.
I bought her
box.
some wheat biscuits.
So,
Would you like to be my girlfriend?
anyway,
I have been in a relationship actually. Fair enough, but go for it anyway.
Gather the evidence, make sure he's actually doing wrong, and then present it to your friend, because you do not want to go in there, be like your boyfriend's a piece of shit, and then it all turn out that's an account he hasn't used in 6 months and whatever, and then you just look like the arsehole. So gather the evidence, make sure he's actually doing something wrong, present it to your friend, proceed with your life. That was my advice.
That's the advice.
Pursue him, shag him. If he shags you, then he's cheating.
Yeah. Go out with him.
Yeah.
Get in a relationship with him,
Yeah.
and then be like,
What a real friend.
As soon
would
as
do.
the shagging starts, be like, got ya.
Got- Just start live video chatting his
Yeah.
girlfriend
Going
straight away.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. There it is. This podcast, I mean, if anyone's going to, I think we speak fluent fuckboy. So we know where. Messages in. Start the messaging. Start the.
Prisoner of Azkaban over here. Every time I see you in this shit.
You do look like you've just come out of a concentration
you
camp.
It's a look. What can you? You know, it's a warm shirt, and you know, haters gonna hate. It gets a lot of stick. This shirt. That's what makes me like it more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to generate some haters. So
Your hair is the same color as like the light,
Yeah.
Thank
light
you.
things.
it's
yeah,
very
it's
coordinated. Yeah, I agree.
coordinated, yeah.
Thank you for the compliment. But yeah, look, hey, if you're listening to this, person who messaged in, then start Tom's plan and keep us updated.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear. We want to hear what he's saying, and we want to keep this, and as your investigators, give you advice, because we speak fluent fuckboy, so we will be able to interpret the stuff he is saying to you if he is trying to be vague and sketchy. But yeah, that was an agony uncle, but not in a weird way. And
the agony uncle.
that's the official term. Mr. Elwes,
Right.
we
so
have
fail
fail
mails.
mail.
We said for fail mail, can you please tell us the funniest / worst thing that's ever happened to you at a house party? Okay. We've got, varying and quite interesting responses. I got high on weed fumes, ran into the garden, threw up on a hot man, and washed his feet with fairy liquid. So that's, getting high on
lot of
weed
stages.
fumes.
Mm.
Lame.
Yeah, who would do that? Weird. Not me. But yeah, the fairy liquid, I guess. Fair play to for
If
doing
I
that,
threw
but
up,
it's quite a
or
nice
if a girl
move.
threw up on me, I would not be like, right, love, get down on your hands and knees and scrub it off with fairy liquid.
Oh,
I'd
I
be
assume
like,
she was the one who said, "No, let me do it."
I
or
would
something. Let me.
I
do it."
just would no. A guy chopped.
But you'd be
his-
like, "Oh, who let this girl in? What? The state of yourself."
a guy chopped his finger off and had to find the finger.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Why does he do that?
I don't. He didn't. There's no.
Is that some sort of game?
Yeah, it's just bit of
Find
mad
my
one.
finger.
2 fingers, mate. You got to do. Drink 2 fingers.
Me. Goodness me, that is awful. Go
No,
on.
a lot of people being like, "Oh, I got sick on a friend's duvet and spent the whole night washing it up." I don't know. My dad picked me up in his PJs and Crocs and a dressing gown from.
Oh,
have
that
this
is
party?
jokes. I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Crocs. The dad comes up with the Crocs. I think that's a good one.
Yeah. Hawaiian B-Day party. Men came just with half a pineapple in a string covering.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good one.
I knew it was time to leave. Someone said, "Let's put Disney soundtrack on."
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, that sounds
Well,
like
I
you
mean-
at a party. to be
This
honest.
is. I mean, sometimes you got to bang out some Moana, and what's the problem with that?
Too drunk, ended up sleeping on a sleeping bag on the floor.
Mate, these are the ones that people have sent in to me. Look at this one. Speaking of fuckboys, look at this for all I do is fail / all I do is win. Inviting my girlfriend and my date at my birthday party. Come on, bro. Come on, mate.
Who's genuine?
That's the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Especially as you invited them.
I know,
So-
exactly. What it's like, oh, look, oh my God, I'm like in a sitcom. No, you created this.
No, some people as well. I want
was actually
people
Tom
to
who said
actually
that,
start messaging in real fails and not shit like broke my heels and having no backup shoes. That just what is this chat?
The host accidentally locked us in her house and went to nap at the beach.
Good.
Came back next day. Yeah. I mean, this is a weird one as well. Getting drink spiked
Oh, jeez.
and then being told, shit, I didn't mean to spike you. I was after your mate.
Oh,
That's fucking
shit. Adam Bride's listens.
like a rapist. Yeah, fucking hell.
That is grim.
Yeah, that's a police case.
Yeah, I feel like you should
Properly bad.
investigate that.
That is,
please.
yeah, if
That,
anyone's...
don't send that to us. Send that to the police.
Then that, yeah. Speaking of stuff that is pretty mad, someone slaughtered a whole pig in the kitchen.
How can you slaughter
What?
anything but a whole pig?
Yeah. What sort of party were you at?
Sorry,
Yeah.
animal lovers. That
So-
is. Why are you doing
Yeah,
that?
it's insane.
Why are you doing that?
I tell you what that reminds me of when I was at uni, right? And this tells you the kind of uni that Oxford Brookes was, right? There was in the halls there was some guys who thought it was absolutely okay in their shared halls. They went shooting and they brought a load of pheasants back,
Jesus.
and they were skinning the pheasants in the kitchen of their halls.
Fucking
And they were like, "What's the bloody problem? You know, I've just
Yeah, that's
shot
it.
it,
It's just.
and I just want to skin my pheasants."
When we're going to skin them outside, it's bloody freezing.
No, come
Track bears.
Yeah. What the bloody hell?
I mean, it does sound like some sort of Pentecostal ritual.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
sort,
maybe
that
they
sort
were
of
trying
party.
to
Maybe
summon-
it was just like summon. Yeah.
Summon some sesh, maybe, from this dead flat. They were in.
Look, I was going to
Sorry,
make a
they had
perfectly...
shotguns at uni.
Nah, they had gone for the weekend and they come back with the birds. Right, but like, I feel like even maybe like Jeremy, someone, no, I don't want to say it. But
What,
like,
you said
someone
Jeremy?
semi-famous, like backed them, like right-wing, obviously guy, like backed them and was like, they bloody should be able
What,
to,
Jeremy
you know?
Clarkson?
Yeah, I don't want to say 100% because I can't be 100%.
I mean, it's if you're gonna do it somewhere, do it in the kitchen. Don't do it in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Don't do
Tom-
it. You can't do it in a shared uni kitchen. You can't be skinning pheasants.
Tom comes in. He's like, "Look, guys, like I'm all for like bringing birds back to the kitchen, but not this time. Like, you know what I mean, lads? Are we cool? Yeah.
Yeah. Pluck them elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Have you not got any more fail mails? I only.
No, it was there was a few, but they were all pretty. To be honest, if you
Tame.
ask people at house parties, it's mainly people just vomiting or getting
Throwing
trapped in the
up.
toilet.
Yeah.
I had a weird one. It wasn't really a house party. It was just a bit more of an afters.
Yeah.
And
I was just wrecked in a portaloo.
no, we'd brought back this gaggle of girls, and they were
Aye,
kind
Here we go.
and I was DJing and I had my laptop up, and they were just really not great value. They were kind of just a bit annoying, blah blah blah. And I was chatting to a mate on Facebook, and I'd left my Facebook open, and then one of them had read the Facebook messages. I came back into the room and just was met by this onslaught of just hate.
Well,
from these-
you'd been saying to your mate, "Oh, these girls
like
are
these
annoying."
guys are
Yeah,
a bit
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
long,
yeah,
blah
yeah.
blah 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 blah
And
blah.
they.
And they,
not enjoy
they
that.
got upset and tried to kick me out my own house.
And
You
right,
need
they
to leave.
should.
You
And
need
I-
to leave.
You need to
I was
leave.
just like,
What you said there is absolutely disgusting.
Leave and
You
think
need
about
to
what you've
go.
done.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, did you leave?
No.
I was thinking, why you moved
They
out-
stayed
Yeah.
as
Moved
well, and it
house.
was just so awkward.
Why did they keep staying?
Because they know it's 6 in the morning somewhere. You know what I mean?
No,
Fair. Fair, that's the way it goes. I had my worst behaviour at a house party was I was in Edinburgh. This was back when I was at uni. at
And
a
I
festival.
literally didn't write the owner of the house a thank you letter.
I wish it was that.
Yeah.
Instead, I end up at this like sort of party with the drama students, like the drama uni lot,
Yeah.
who I don't know, I didn't have much time for anyway, but I was desperate to go and have fun, and you know, and I was like, yeah, like I'm coming to do this stuff, and I just got horrendously pissed, and I just threw up on the couch, and then
That's all right.
pretended it wasn't me,
Oh, really?
and then
Were people calling you out being like,
yeah, it was definitely you. It was definitely that guy as well, because it's one of those ones where like you're not in the group as much. Like I knew a couple people,
Yeah.
but it's definitely that guy. Like that guy did, and I'm like, it literally wasn't me. Like,
Just,
Yeah.
and then
He was like
and
covered in
check
sick,
this out
like,
for
yeah,
acting.
no.
yeah. and then I went to sit, and then I called someone pretentious I was like, your glasses are pretentious, and I was having a go at them, and then I went to sit down and broke the chair. I don't even know how I did that. Again, this is my friend filling me in on this. And apparently, it was the loudest. He was like, it's the loudest break I've ever heard in my life, like properly clatter, like a cartoon. And then I stood up and went, well.
On my way.
Yeah. No, then I didn't leave, and then one of the mates was like to my friend was like, you've got to get him out here, and my mate was like, come on, let's leave, and I was like, oh, yeah, this party's boring anyway. Dead party with all these.
I want to meet this Ali, the terror Ali, terror drinking.
I was in a bad mood. If I used to.
If I'm in a bad mood, I break chairs and vomit everywhere.
This is it. But it's true.
It's like a racist granny from Little Britain.
Yeah. But if I was in a bad mood, I would drink. But now I know that drink won't cheer me up. So it's better to get in a good mood first and then start drinking. But back then, yeah, I would be feeling some bad vibes. And then I'd be like, oh, yeah, fucking pissed. And then I would carry that out. And to be fair, I do just get annoyed in those environments. It's one of them where probably individually, they're all probably quite nice. But as a group, it was very pretentious. And I just...
You're sticking by this. I mean, despite breaking their chair and vomiting in their soul.
Oh no, I ruined the party. Don't get me wrong, but I'm
you
not
guys
saying,
are the arseholes.
I'm not saying
I don't even know you.
But I'm not saying I would have been there like, oh, it's the best time ever. It probably wasn't. It wasn't a good mix of environment and my mood, and I apologise to that person's chair
Good
and the
stuff.
couch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to
Have you not got any house party stories then? Oh
I'm
yeah, mate.
sure you've got
this one,
loads.
like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
got
Like,
one where
I
you
got off with this girl, and it
Yeah,
turns
I
out she was
got-
like
yeah.
a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one with a fox or something? Have we talked about this
I
before?
threw a fox over a garden. That was my garden, though.
That was to
That
impress-
wasn't a party. That
That was to impress the guys
yeah,
with
that
the
was,
pheasants.
no, that was true.
Have a look at this, lads. Oh, yeah.
There was no fox.
Yeah.
Fox shooting.
In my fox story, there was 0 foxes injured. But yeah, no, I've told all my house party stories on this podcast many times, so we don't need to hear them again.
Okay.
Didn't you have a house party this weekend? Or
No, I did not. I had a garden sit down with 6 friends. So
Well, that makes 7 of you, so I'm reporting that.
Yep.
Well,
It could have been a house party, Mooch, because I would have been invited.
yeah,
Isn't that right, Tom?
yeah, definitely. Right. He's the guy I want at my house party, vomiting everywhere and
Tommy
sulking.
McBreaky chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got some nice sturdy chairs.
You're pretentious. Yeah, okay. Right,
Your
guys.
glasses are pretentious. Anyway, yeah, go for it.
Thank you very much for listening. My name is Tom Bells. You can follow me at all good social media platforms. That is Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Ali,
Ali Woods Gigs. If you donate to the Patreon, you get an extra episode every week. Patreon.com/AIDIFPod. Thank you very much for listening. And thank you for being back in your studio. Mooch, thank you very much.
No worries. If you want to hire Vauxhall Podcast Studio, please do
Yeah.
visit the website, Vauxhall Podcast Studio.
And shout out to Vauxhall's own podcast, The Comedy Club, who you may have been to before to come see us. They got their own podcast running. What's it actually called? The Vauxhall Comedy
The Vauxhall Comedy Club Podcast.
Right, okay, that's a good name, yeah, strong. How'd you come up with that? But yeah, check them out. They've got great guests on there, so that's another podcast you should be listening to. But for now, take care of yourself, look after yourself, enjoy yourself if you're going out there, and we hope to see you soon. All right, take care.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.